Hello Flu my name is Tamara, and in today's video I want to continue showing what I am hiding in my cross-stitch stash, and I will continue with kits, because I said that I'm going to take kits first and then I'm going to go to charts and other things. And the second part of the cross-stitch stash will start with kits from, I don't know how to say it correctly, Janlynn, how this one is pronounced correctly. As far as I understood, these kits are not made anymore, so everything you find, this is out of print kits. Some of them are more expensive because they belong to designers which are more looked for in stitching. Then some of them can be bought for absolutely nice prices and can be stitched nicely. Okay, so what do I have from Janlynn? I have I have more kits, but I'll start with the ones which I think that they come kind of series, they are pair, things like this. So I have two kits which are part of the famous samplers, band samplers, which many of the stitchers say that they belong to Sandy Worton, but nevertheless, this one at least, it belongs to Nancy Rossi. So this series contains of 5 band samplers. So there is Lily Sampler by Sandy Worton, which is was released originally by Dimensions. I bought that kit, I already stitched it. Now you can buy the chart from Cooler Design Studio. Then it's 3 designs which were released by Janlynn. I have just 2 because the third I couldn't find. So this is Provence sampler. It's Provence Sunflower sampler. So this one. It's a very beautiful one. When being stitched, they're exquisite, honestly. I love all of them. I will change the fabric because I bought Brittany Lugana even with, in the color of mushroom, which I started stitching Lily Sampler, and I'll continue stitching the others. And then there is the Asian sampler, which belongs to Nancy Rossi. This is how it looks like. It has even gold threads. It's more like cording with gold. It's not thread, it's more like cording. Nice one. And with tassels here. Really, really nice one. Then there is Floral Paradise, also by Janlynn. That one I couldn't find, so that one I don't have. But I have the chart. That one is also sold by Cooler Design Studio, if I'm not wrong. So I have the chart for that one, and I'll try to stitch it with DMC threads, so with the materials, with the cold materials by the Key. And there is one more, don't remember how it's called, but that one wasn't released as a kit. That one was released as chart in 2 numbers of the magazine. Okay, when we are going, I'm going to show you charts. I'm going to show you that one because I have in that department. It doesn't stay with kits, it stays with the charts, because that one also is kitted, ready to be stitched. So it's a series of 5. I stitched just 1 so far. I have the materials for the rest of 4. I hope very much that little by little I'm going to stitch all of them, because they are very beautiful, because they are going to be framed only when stitched, all of them. Then I have such a design, Harvest Sampler, a very beautiful one. This is by Marie Barber, or Barber. I don't know how to pronounce correctly the surname, so sorry about that. This one is in the book, Harvest book, which contains the apple orchard chart. If the design which I wanted mostly to stitch after apple orchard is this one, so I was going to stitch it from the book, but when I found the kit for a good price, I prefer to buy the kit. So generally speaking about Janlynn, you should know that the threads which are here, In the key they write that the number of the DMC they coincide with, but if you are to compare with DMC, they don't coincide. I don't know why. I don't know what threads they used, but they don't coincide. So if I find the Janlynn kit, I prefer to buy the kit, because I know for sure that the stitched design is going to look like this one, like the preview, I mean the colors. Then I have a pair, and this is coffee and tea sampler and wine and cheese sampler. I wanted this pair to buy. This one I found easier and cheaper, so this was the first one to come into my stash. This is how it looks like. I like this kind of samplers, so that's why I'm buying them. So the threads, the Aida, which probably is going to be changed, and I was waiting for this one because this one, I don't know why, on that time I was looking for it to buy, was being sold for big money, which I thought it's not okay. Waited for this one. I found it, so it's new, it has everything, but it doesn't look very neat. But this is the thing, I'm not going to do anything with this paper after stitching it, so meaning like I'm going to throw it away. So anyway, I don't need it to be like super clean and super wow. It's nice, this one. I like it a lot. So the threads here and there were already put on the cardboards. I have to check if they are okay. And the Aida here is white. It's white. I wanted to say that where is the white Aida, but here so much is stitched that white Aida is seen, like here it's Aida, here I think is Aida, and here. Very few places where you can see the I mean like the Aida. So maybe it has sense to stitch on it. I don't know. I'll see when the time comes. Then I have the old world map. This one was bought like one of the first Janlynn kits, like in my stash. I like this one a lot. So it's stitched. It looks very nicely being stitched. It's not an easy stitch as far as I understood, but it's a beautiful one, and it has even beads here. So here are the threads, needle threader, how it's called, this one, and this one. Then I have the window, a view from the window, this one with hydrangea, a beautiful one, by the way, quite stitched, I would say. Beautiful and nice, beautiful and nice. Then I have two kits which were purchased, like they are the most recent ones. This is cottage trio, and I thought about, like, I bought this, I always boast about this, for 99p. So it has linen and it has threads. I was surprised why so many threads, but when I looked at the it's 6x6, you see, they're quite big. And this is in the garden trio, which comes with such designs. I thought that maybe it works for stitching them maybe on the same I don't know, piece of fabric, or making something a collage. I wouldn't like to have them in separate frames. I would like to have everything together. Probably it's going to be a huge design. I don't know. I like them, but I don't know how to stitch them interestingly together. I'll see. And the last lot is 4 designs. Also were bought quite recently, this year, I mean, because I was looking for them. Their time came. I have been liking this series for quite a long time. And me being a seasonal cross-stitcher, meaning that I like to stitch each season in its season. This one was a must. So this is Sandy Wharton, and it's the seasonal samplers by Sandy Wharton. I know that the backstitch here is quite a challenge. It's a lot of backstitch, but it's so beautiful. They're so beautiful. I know that everybody likes them. So all of them come on this fabric. Now, by the way, I bought from different sellers, from our eBay, from US eBay, because when I was buying them, they already started to cost no less than $50. So I was trying to find a price, lower price. I was like hunting them. I'm going to change the fabric for sure. I am going to think about the fabric for all of them. For me, it was important to have a chart and the how do you say, the threads. And so the fact that they are sealed or not, it wasn't so important. For example, this one is not sealed, see, but everything is there inside. Look, this combination of threads, nice, very nice. This is summer, by the way. Very nice. Then it's spring, not so stitched. This is how it looks like. Spring. And here, by the way, you can see all of them. Not on all of them are probably how they used to appear. I don't know. This one probably was the last because it contains all of them. Autumn contains just autumn. So this was the first. Don't know. So this one is sealed as well. And the last one, which I bought from our eBay, it's autumn. This is how it looks like. Really nice. And this one was without fabric, but as I said, I don't need it as I won't use the other fabric I have. And the threads. Really nice. And this is everything about Janlynn. So what I wanted to show you. And the next set of kits I want to show you, it's just 3. They are from Bucilla. I don't have a lot of them, and they have been purchased quite recently, these ones. So this is the House of Hardanger, the one I liked a lot. Now I'm not so afraid of stitching it, because understanding more or less how Hardanger works, now I understand that the windows which are to be made here, they're very simple. And by the way, here are 2 types of charts. It's this one with the Christmas tree, and it's this one where there are like I think this one also is Christmas, but it's different. And inside there is the materials are for either of them. So if you want to do the blue one, you can do it. If you want to do the green one with green one, let's say, so you can do it. But you don't have enough material for both of them, because of course you need like one more pair of fabric. There are 2 types of fabric here, because it's 2-layer design. This one, what is inside the house, you stitch on the white fabric, and what is the Hardanger is on the layer which is which you put on that one. It's a sandwich type. Nice. So it has a spool of cranic. It has the pearl cotton thread. I like this one the best. So not the one in the blue. And being stitched, I also saw this one more. Then I have such a design. This is a vintage blue vase. It's not typically what I stitch, but I couldn't resist. This one is so beautiful. That's why I bought it. Not a lot of threads. 14th count Aida. I'm sure that when being stitched, this one is going to look much nicer. And such a design. This is by Nancy Rossi, by the way. To grandmother's house we go. I looked at this design several times before I bought it, because I always don't. All the time when I was looking at it, I didn't like the faces of these 2 guys. This pair, let's say so. But then I decided that I like the whole design. I like how it looks like. It's a very beautiful winter design. And why not buying it when the faces can be reconstructed, can be made differently? I don't know. I'm not a specialist in this, like remaking what is in the chart, but maybe I'm going to manage to make it nicer. So it's 14th count white Aida and the threads, quite a lot of threads, no beads, no nothing else. Nice one. That's it. So I have just 3 Bucilla kits. Maybe in future some other vintage designs which will come into my stash. So far I don't have plans for none of other Bucilla kits. And the next brand I wanted to show you, this is Mel Hill. This is Mel Hill Kids. I love Mel Hill a lot, though in this year, for sure this year, I have been stitching Mel Hill, but not as kids. I have been stitching Mel Hill as from books, from like booklets. But nevertheless, I stitched Mel Hill. I have kids, which are not a lot. I think are not a lot. For a person who loves Mel Hill, it's not a lot. Of course, I have plans of buying more Mel Hill. Thanks God, I'm not very keen on out of print Mel Hill kits, because if I was like after them, this would have been again a new, how they say, a new passion for finding them and buying them. That's why what you will see today, actually, they are not so rare, and they are not a rare find, I would say. Okay, let me start with these small kits, which I love a lot, which I usually stitch on perforated paper, and I stick felt on the other side, and I have them as ornaments, or for example, if it's a Christmas, I prefer to have them as Christmas tree ornaments. If it's like just like this, they are just ornaments. Snow globes, this is actually a new acquisition which I bought at the Knitting and Stitching show. They are 6 in the series. I have just 4 so far. I intend to buy the last 2. This is Santa, and it's the toy globe, if I'm not wrong. So this is the snow globe. By the way, for such a small surface, they are very beautiful. Very beautiful. I saw them being stitched, and they are going to be Christmas tree ornaments for sure. Then it's the angel. Where is my embellishment which they have, it's a charm. Usually it's a charm which comes here on this on the foot of the snow globe. The angel, very beautiful one. Then it's the snow globe with the snowman, it's snowman globe, which has the charm is a snowflake. Here is how it looks like. And then is the Christmas tree globe with a Christmas tree charm. Very nice, I would say. Then I have such a pair, is the Holly Elf and Ollie Elf, the girl and the boy. They are very funny. Before every Christmas, since I bought them, because I think they have 2 years at least since I have been buying. Since I bought them, I think about stitching them, and I find something else. But for sure their time will come. Then if we speak about Christmas, I have from the Sleighs series, I have this one, like to be stitched, and I have stitched just one, this one, the blue one. Also thinking about buying more, at least 2 more, because I like them, I also like them. Then I have such a small kit, which I think this is Easter kit, because before each Easter I'm trying to squeeze it from my projects, and I don't do it. Nice one, very nice one. I saw it being stitched on fabric and finished as a pin keep, as an the form of an egg pinky. It was nice. Then I have the honey pot. Very beautiful design, by the way. Here it is. And I have such a design, which these ones are out of print. I have just one, even though I saw more after that being sold. This is a brooch. And I didn't buy more because honestly I don't know what to do with them after stitching. They come with ribbons, because you see from ribbons you make such a beautiful thing. I'm not going to wear them as brooches for sure. Making them just as ornaments for display, I think this would be like the only thing, because I don't know. I have just one, want to try it and see how it looks like. So this were the petite designs. Not a lot, but if I'll start stitching them for sure I'll deal with them. Then I have such an autumn design, window pane. This is the September window pane. As far as I understand, Mill Hill was releasing monthly window panes like this. This is a 2006 release. It's a rare find. I just found it accidentally, I would say, in a shop and bought it. They had just this one. I like autumn. I like scarecrow stitches, even though I haven't stitched yet, but I have a few designs with scarecrows from different brands, designers. I will probably change some of the things which are inside. I can open it because it's easy to open this one. First of all, this one is being stitched on this kind of fabric. Don't like it. For sure I'll change it for the, even with 27th count, because I think it's going to be appropriate, or 28th. I don't know, I'm not sure. Then the threads, the beads. It has a button, blackbird, just this one. Speaking about the treasure, there is a frog and a moon. And there is this pumpkin, which is not a button. And this one, as far as I understand from here, it was used to stick on this window pane. But the window pane is not in the kit. You see, this one you had to buy separately. First of all, I'm not going to frame it into a window pane. I will look for a usual frame. And this one, it's either going to be with a magnet attached to that frame. That magnet is going to serve me as a needle minder. So I'm not sure what I'm going to make with this one, but for sure I'll make these changes. I know that the stitching on this fabric, it has its charm, because I saw designs like this being stitched on this fabric. Still I don't like it. Still I don't like it. So what else? The other type of kits, I have this one, the usual one, you know. So this is an autumn one. This is Enchanted Pumpkin, a very beautiful one when stitched, by the way. Probably I'm going to change here the perforated paper for fabric. Generally speaking, I'm intending for more kits like this to change the perforated paper on fabric, and for most of them I will change because I want to gather 2 or 3 designs, so that I would make a bell pull out of 3-4 designs with the same how they say stylistics. I don't know how to call it. Then I have such a design. It's Halloween autumn series, one does ones, very nice one. Often I see it being stitched. So it has a pumpkin button. It's on dark blue or navy perforated paper. Really nice one. Then again, from the Halloween series, they are calling it autumn series. This is Boo House, a nice one which has a very nice witch button. Also the same dark blue perforated paper. Then I have this Christmassy Santa Streets. Nice one. Adore this one. I think every year before Christmas I'm thinking about stitching this one, and it comes on such a beautiful red perforated paper. By the way, I have this color of linen from Zweigart. It's called Christmas Red. Nice one, really, really nice one. Then I have such a snow globe, which also I like a lot. I saw it being stitched and it's nice. This is how it looks like. And the button, it's a heart here. Yes, it's this heart. Then probably all of you know that they have the spring series where they have summer street, how they call it, and they have Christmas village where they have Christmas designs. So my intention is to buy 4 from each series and stitch them together and frame it in the same big frame with I don't know, the same mat. I don't know, I haven't thought about it yet, but I would like to stitch them together. So what I have from spring series, I have just Ice Cream Shop, this one, and I have in my wish list the other 3. It's not sure that it's going to be those 3 because still there are doubts, but more or less I thought of which ones I'm going to buy. And from the Christmas village I have so far the Village Bakery, which I like a lot, with gingerbread man, and I also want to buy 3 more so that I will have like 4. Then the tassel ornaments, beaded tassel ornaments, I have the sapphire tassel, just one. They are 6 in the series. You can see here all of them, the rest of them. Honestly, I intend to buy the rest of them as well because they are magnificently beautiful when being already put together. So that's why I'm thinking about buying more. Then I have from the spring series, this marine designs, I have just the conch shell. There are like more, there is Nautilus shell, there is a crab, there is a starfish, there is a, don't remember what, I intend to buy at least 4, but I think there are 6 in the series and I like all of them. I'm not sure about this. That's not everything. I have more. I have Cafe Mocha, 2 cups of coffee I already stitched, the ones which were released the first, because this one was recent release, it was 2020, you see. There is one more, there is espresso, this one. You know, I was thinking that this one is not okay with all these ones. Okay, it's from the same series, but it doesn't go well because here is this macchinetta, how it's called, which makes coffee, and there is a cup. But recently I saw all the 4 of them being framed together, stitched on perforated paper and framed together in the same frame with the same mat, the single mat, you know, just the cuts for all the 4 of them. It was very beautiful, and since then I'm thinking about purchasing espresso as well, honestly. Then I have, I call this usually okay, it's not everything, this one's, it's my bunny gathering. It's the spring series. Yes, all of them come from the spring series. So I have this one, spring wreath, very beautiful one. Used to be an old kit, they reprinted it. This is how it looks like, very nice. Then I have such a bunny. This is Garden Friends. What is nice about these reprints is that they don't have only one button. They have usually more than 1, 2, even 3 sometimes. And by the way, what is typical for Mill Hill, no offense for those who make the preview of Mill Hill, but the preview almost never shows the beauty of what's inside, especially for these old designs, you know, because when you stitching is much more beautiful, so you say wow usually after stitching. Spring Feather Tree, this one, and this one, which are reprints from older kits. They usually have more interesting techniques, you know, like here not so many, I think. Where here, look at this frame. You see this cashmere stitch, and here inside I see that it's a blend here. This one, the fence is also stitched differently. This one is gathering place. Also, this one has 3 buttons, you see. It has I forgot how it's called, the house for the birds, bird house. very funny. Then it has the pot with the flowers, and it has this birdie. Nice, really, really nice. And what I was telling you about having a bell pull, for example, from the spring series, you know, like I think these ones come like together. It can be stitched like the 4 of them framed, or it can be stitched one after the other on the same fabric and have a bell pull. So there are more than one opportunity. There is more than one opportunity. Then it's garden time. This one is a reprint, I know for sure. Very nice one, by the way. This one has 2 buttons, cannot be seen very well. There is the birdhouse and the bee. Nice one. And I have a series which also was bought a long time ago, and every year before Christmas I'm thinking about stitching this one, and I stitch something different. I have Jim Shore's series, this one, because Jim Shore has a series of snowmen. There are 2 or 3 even Christmas series from Jim Shore like this. So this is the snowman. These kits come on fabric. This is 18th count Aida, and it's beautiful. It's extremely beautiful color. If I'm not wrong, this is Witchold, the Aida. I wouldn't change this one because it's a very, very beautiful color. And it doesn't have any treasures, it doesn't have any beads, if I'm not wrong. Then it's the reindeer from the same series. I have all 4 of them. These are my favorite ones. You see? So a lot of beads and the threads. And 2 more, it's the Christmas tree, this one. And here how it looks like. And there is Santa. See? And about these ones, so I'm intending to stitch them on their fabric, but with the framing I would like very much they would come in the same big frame, and they will come something like that, you know, like facing like this each other, and it's possible. Okay, you can change this one, it's already everybody decides, but like framing them like this, I think it's going to be nice and beautiful. I don't know why, I think that it's going to be nice and beautiful. Okay, and then I have a series of kits which are out of production, and in my case 2 of them I used as donors. Yes, I know it sounds terrible, but I had to. So this one was bought on local eBay. Yes, it looks terrible, but everything is there inside. I liked very much the how it looks like. I have already stitched and finished 2 of this year, in spring and summer, if I'm not wrong. I'm thinking of having not too many, because they're too small, you know, and having a lot of them in one season is going to be too much. So 2, maximum of 3 per season. Swan Song. Very beautiful, this one. Yes, everything, it looks like that. I checked, everything is there. Then there is this one, which I'm not intending to stitch the Christmas tree, because I don't like it very much. There are designs for Christmas much more beautiful, but this one was bought from the local eBay with a normal price, because I'm not sure how much they cost when they were released, but for sure they were not cheap, because they have treasures, and treasures are not cheap. So this one was bought because the fabric, you see, this kind of fabric, I tried to find like to buy it separately. I couldn't find with the red one, so that's why the fabric is going to be used from here. The ribbon is going to be used from here. The treasures, the bunny and the star, are already used. The bunny went to the Debbie Mom seasonal collection for the winter design, and the star went to the also Mill Hill design, the Witch Upon a Star design, you see. So everything is going to be used. And there are the beads and the threads, of course, for this design. Then I have also for Christmas, this is Gingerbread House. This design I like, so I'm going to stitch this on according to everything which is here. So the same. You see fabric, this fabric, the ribbon, the beads here come petites because the fabric here is Aida 18th count. So the beads come only petite. I haven't seen like big ones. And here the embellishment pack, the treasures. It's a heart and it's a moon, a blue moon. Yes, it's a blue moon. Here it is. See this one. And then this one was already used as a donor. This one I used the fabric and the ribbon for the bees cap design, which I stitched this summer because I couldn't find this fabric in yellow flowers. I found this fabric with blue edge flowers and with pink, but not with yellow and not with red. So I already used the fabric and the gross grain ribbon. I have everything what's inside. So what's inside actually, it's again a heart and it's the little bee. So they are going to be used eventually for something. Yes, and this was everything about the kits. What I want to show you more, because it's not a kit, but I kitted it, so it's ready to be stitched. This is such a design by Jim Shore. This is Harvest Trio. It was bought because for me, Jim Shore, this is Mill Hill, because I haven't seen any other brands releasing something in cross stitch from Jim Shore, only Mill Hill. That's why for me, Jim Shore, this is Mill Hill. I have Harvest Trio bought 2 or 3 years ago, I think. Every autumn I want to stitch it and I don't stitch it. So I had there was a time when in one bag it was everything for this kit, but then I realized that it doesn't have any sense to keep everything together, so now I just keep it like this. So I have the chart, I have the fabric, like according to the key. It was bought on 1, 2, 3 stitch, I remember. This is the fabric, you see. I have the buttons. I remember on that time, I don't know why, this buttons, the taupe, the color is taupe here. They were difficult to find, don't know why, because this pattern is on other buttons, but this one with taupe I couldn't find them, found them, I have them. In the same bag, I used to keep all the beads for this design, but since this design is not being stitched, I thought about why to keep the beads like in a bag when I already had the organization with my beads, and I said I can keep them like with all other beads, and when I need them I'm going to use them, and when I'll come to you stitch this design I'll just see what beads I have, what I don't have I will buy. So why keeping the beads when I can use them, something like this. And I had the bell pulls here, but they were damaging they are heavy, and they were damaging the paper chart. That's why I took them out, put them with all the bell pulls I have, and I said when time comes I'm just going to put them here. So actually this design once was fully kitted. Now probably if I will start stitching it, the only thing I have to look for it's if I have the threads which I need for them, if I have all the beads which I need for it. And one more thing, probably this one wouldn't come as a kit, but I'll show it now here. This is the Bittersweet Moon booklet, which I bought recently, and this year. And I showed you that I already stitched this autumn the Witch Upon a Star design. I said that I like almost all the designs from here, but they require fabric, which is sometimes out of production. They require a lot of treasures, they require buttons, which have to be bought like in time, at least for me. That's why I told myself and told you as well that I'll try to do my best every autumn, because this is autumn and Halloween designs. Every autumn to stitch at least one design from this booklet. Unfortunately, the colored preview comes just here on the cover. You cannot go, because inside everything is black and white, and it's the keys, the charts, the descriptions. Hopefully, I think for next winter I want to stitch this design. This one, it's an autumn design. I already have the fabric for this one. DMC threads and Mill Hill beads I can't find. I have to deal with the treasures and the buttons to see if they are not out of production and try to buy them, to have them in stock, in my stock, until the end of summer, so that I will be ready to stitch this one in autumn. So that would be everything about Mill Hill. I have the book with Gay Bowell Mill Hill Treasures book. I don't know how, I always forget how that book fully is called, but I'm going to show you that book probably in a different video, where I'm going to show you my cross-stitch library, because I have a number of magazines and a number of books for cross-stitch. There are quite a lot. That's why I think they deserve a separate video. So in that video I'm going to show you that book as well, because after stitching from that book, a lot of you asked me about it. So that's everything about the Mill Hill I have. I have been stitching Mill Hill so far. I am stitching it periodically, and of course, as you saw from my from what I showed from my stash, I still intend to buy more, so that I would have a series. Yes, I like very much series. And that's everything what I wanted to show you in this video. I hope you liked the video. I hope it was interesting for you, and see you in my next videos about my cross-stitch stash. Bye bye.